Greetings world, we are Anonymous Ashwood Alliance. The full wrath of the United States Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, will soon descend upon all of America after the deadliest secret lies of this deep state spy agency currently at war with President Donald Trump, have now been exposed for the entire world to see, and whose next false flag terror attack to cover up their crimes may come as soon this coming week. The international whistleblowing organization Wikileaks released the largest ever in history publication of over 8,000 CIA top-secret documents. Vault 7, CIA hacking tools revealing that this deep state spy agency has, in fact, created and cast a vast electronic surveillance net around the entire US and rivaled in modern times, and that has turned even the most innocuous devices, televisions, phones, computers, smart devices, automobiles, etc., into illegal spying tools. Prior to the release by WikiLeaks of these CIA top-secret documents, this organization's leader, Julian Assange, on the 3rd of March, emailed to President Trump's National Security Council, NSC, the encrypted key to unlock Vault 7 where these over 8,000 documents were stored, and that caused Trump to explode in anger less than 24 hours later and accuse former President Barack Obama of illegally having him placed under surveillance. Angering President Trump the most, as well as the FSB, were these top-secret CIA documents revealing that this deep state spy agency had created an exploit to falsely implicate Russia in hacking crimes it had never committed. And didn't he have to do as these Democrats had already destroyed themselves? The CIA's creation of this exploit designed to blame Russia for hacking crimes was co-created by Google engineers who had, at least, 427 meetings at the White House over the course of Obama's presidency, and that in its final development stage was given to a cybersecurity technology company named CrowdStrike that Google Capital had invested $100 million in. As to what CrowdStrike did with this CIA Google exploit, one must remember that during last year's US presidential election, WikiLeaks released what are now called the POTUS emails that roiled the Hillary Clinton campaign due to its many shocking revelations of high crimes and corruption within not only Clinton's campaign, but, also, the entire Democratic Party, DNC. To how WikiLeaks obtained the POTUS emails in the first place was through a disgruntled DNC officer named Seth Rich who was angry over the election being manipulated against Senator Bernie Sanders, but who shortly after he had turned over these damning email documents to WikiLeaks was assassinated, and that WikiLeaks offered a $20,000 reward to capture his killers, who were never found, with Hillary Clinton's campaign manager John Podesta having previously stated to Seth Rich's assassination that I'm definitely for making an example of a suspected leaker whether or not we have any real basis for it. And WikiLeaks leader Assange himself saying Russia had nothing whatsoever to do with the hacking of the Podesta emails. There was no doubt within the FSB that this DNC leaker had been killed by Clinton and / or Obama forces for his leaking of these damaging documents. Shockingly, however, on the 22nd of December 2016, barely a month prior to President Trump taking office, CrowdStrike released a report claiming that a tool, exploit, used in the DNC hack of the Podesta emails had also been used, rewritten for Android phones, in malware that appeared in an application used by Ukrainian artillery units, and that this report purported to show that a hacking tool used in the DNC hack had also been used to kill Ukrainians fighting Russian separatists, that they called Fancy Bear, and blamed Russia for creating. In its most simplistic rendering, what CrowdStrike was claiming was that Russian military intelligence created the Fancy Bear exploit to put on the Android phones of Ukrainian artillery soldiers so that when they used them they could be targeted and killed, and that was also found on the DNC computer hack, with the major problem to this outrageous claim being that it wasn't true, and that Ukraine's Ministry of Defense told the world about too. When American computer experts began investigating this incredible CrowdStrike claim that Russia created the Fancy Bear exploit, they noted that this Google-funded cybersecurity company was apparently doing this work for free! Didn't he bother to talk to the creator of the Android software, and, at its most basic, created a nearly entirely make-believe report designed to fit a narrative and timeline wished for by the Obama regime? Even more critical to note, was that neither CrowdStrike nor the DNC would allow counterintelligence computer experts from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, to even see the servers to confirm that his fancy bear exploit even existed. But even as this fake news CrowdStrike report blaming Russia for the hacking of the DNC was proved false within hours of its being released, the Obama regime, nevertheless, quickly followed it with an even more fatally flawed fake news report that, in essence, was described as, IT merely listed every threat group ever reported on by a commercial cybersecurity company that is suspected of being Russian-made and lumped them under the heading of Russian intelligence services, RIS, without providing any supporting evidence that such a connection exists. One would logically think that with two highly flawed Obama regime Russian hacking reports being completely discredited, this witch hunting expedition would end, but one would be wrong in believing such a thing as, instead, the U.S. propaganda mainstream media have been using these two fake news reports to bludgeon the reputation of President Trump, while, and as always, telling the American people what to think. And with Wikileaks now proving that the deep state-aligned CIA was, in fact, the creator of this fancy bear exploitment to discredit Russia, the Obama-Clinton leftist supporting U.S. mainstream fake news propaganda media is, once again, choosing lies over truth, with CNN shockingly not even bothering to inform their viewers of the over 8,000 top-secret CIA documents, and whom, also, when the posted emails were released, outrageously lied to the American people saying no one but reporters could read them. We are Anonymous Ashwood Alliance. We are Legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
It is being called another catastrophic breach for the U.S. intelligence community at the hands of Wikileaks tonight. Thousands of documents and files on how the CIA uses cyberspace to spy on the bad guys and maybe even some of the good guys, too, using the Internet of Things and devices in homes around the world. It has the intelligence community on a hunt for the leaker of sensitive tradecraft and detailed computer code. Correspondent Benjamin Hall in London tonight with a story that continues to develop at this hour.
The CIA can hack our televisions. This just one of the many revelations breaking from a new Wikileaks dump of thousands of apparent CIA secrets. Fugitive Julian Assange and his secret spilling organization has posted over 8,000 documents online, which they claim show how government spies can penetrate, infest and control phones, computers, even self-driving cars. Experts say exposing tradecraft like this is a major blow.
When you lose this capability, which you will when your adversaries discover what you're doing, it's a real compromise and it's really damaging.
The CIA's Center for Cyber Intelligence is based in Langley. WikiLeaks say the documents were obtained from a, quote, isolated high-security network at the facility. The trove, bearing names such as Assassin and Medusa, had been circulated among former U.S. government hackers and contractors, one of whom, quote, recently gave the archive to WikiLeaks. Among the disclosures that some CIA hacking methods could be made to appear as if the hacks were perpetrated by other countries, including, as named in the documents, Russia. Apple was also supposedly targeted, amid claims the CIA has an entire division devoted to hacking Apple products, as well as the ability to bypass encrypted messages. A reminder that it took the government months to finally get into the San Bernardino shooter's iPhone. If this intel is legit, and analysts believe it is, it would be another hit to the U.S. intelligence.